Even better.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Friday field report at ConnectWise.
Wait, Vicky.
Wait, what?
It's Thursday.
Oh,
And
okay.
We're not in the field. We're in a studio.
Yeah, my bad. All right. Well, Thursday, Throwback Thursday,
Hey,
Friday field report. I don't know. Hey Jeff. We're joined by Jeff Bishop here, who's heading up our ASIO platform. And actually, you're doing a lot more than that these days.
Yeah, ASIO and UMM. So it's great. So I'm getting back involved with
Yes.
RMM, Automate, and my original product, Screen Connect.
Yes.
So it's exciting to be able to kind of work with those teams again and kind of see where they're going and how they're progressing and see where I can help.
That's
so it's
cool.
fun.
It's like a homecoming.
A little bit, yeah.
Plus more. Well, so usually when we do these Friday field reports today or Thursday field report, we're usually we have animals. If somebody has an animal in the background. Don Juan, I left Don Juan in Tallahassee. What about you? Did you bring your corgis with you? Or
no corgis, no horses.
No horses.
But we had the two corgis up in North Carolina. I think my son has taken them down to college, so he's walking around the campus. And there's more corgis and dogs keep showing up out of the property. So I don't know exactly what we're doing. They seem to just multiply.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
They're like, well, hey, this looks like a good place to get something to eat. So maybe I'll stay for a while.
Go to Casa de Bishop for the best eats.
Yeah, exactly.
So ConnectWise is officially taken over Tampa Bay this week. We've got so much going on, right?
Yes.
So first off, we have IT Nation Evolve. We have Automation Nation going on, and we have our annual revenue kickoff. We have been everywhere all week, and it's been awesome, hasn't it, guys?
It's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, it's been crazy.
1,000 of our colleagues, and I think probably roughly about 600 or 700 MSPs here in the Tampa St. Pete area.
In the Tampa Bay facility, yeah.
It's been huge. So, Jeff, I know we've talked a lot. Automation Nation's a big focus this week. We talked about automation at RKO and hyperautomation, and I know you guys talked about it at Evolve. What are some of the high level takeaways that you've seen that everyone's so excited about?
Well, first, this is the first Automation Nation since 2018, going back, pre-COVID, when everything started kind of getting paused. We had shifted into the cybersecurity, the secure event, and we meant to get Automation Nation kind of going, and then the whole world shut down. So when we had to, took us a little bit, but yeah. So the team's done a great job of putting this all back together and bringing everybody in. So I ran into quite a few people this week that are in town, and they were just like, they were part of the 2018 event. And they're talking about how much they love coming back in and that they're learning a lot going through the different tracks. But more than that, they're learning from talking to each other and being able to get together and get the technicians in. IT Nation events are amazing, but that's often a lot of the managers and the owners. And now we're getting all the technicians back in here, which I think was, either the operations managers and or technicians is about 75 to 80% of the people who were here this week. So
that's great. Really neat. Yeah, I think a lot of the partners are saying they're really enjoying being able to get their hands on, in the sandboxes when they're doing the labs and then giving our product teams feedback too, right?
Oh, absolutely. We got a bunch of people in. I've a few people I haven't seen in probably over a year, but they're all in here, all doing the training classes on RPA, on workflows, Automate, and RMM, Sidekick. Yeah, there's no end. There's about a half a dozen to 10 different tracks that everybody's running through, and it's been a great week, and we love getting the feedback. As PMs, it's before COVID, we'd all go out to people's facilities all the time, and now everybody's not in an office, so there's a little less.
Yeah,
so being able to get everybody here so that we can say, what don't you like about that, and why was that not intuitive, and what would you do differently? And getting that feedback helps us accelerate the growth and development of the products beyond just our own imagination, taking everybody else's thoughts into it.
Yeah. How do you think it feels to ConnectWise to have these events actually in our building too, which is really neat?
I'm loving it.
You enjoying it?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, you like it?
Love it. Like it's a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
Even to actually see partners hanging out with us in our building.
Yeah.
So on our first floor here at the building in downtown Tampa, we have a studio of sorts where we can go and do training classes, big meetings, and everything else. But it's all glass. So what you're seeing is as we're down there presenting and talking and doing demos of workflows and RPA and Sidekick, you're watching everybody walk by the sidewalk and stop and kind of look.
And what are they doing in there?
Oh yeah, there was a row of people watching the AI video that just I think posted onto YouTube the other day,
so
and they were all there
cool.
watching the whole thing. So it was fun. They were all like thumbs up, and it was good.
So you're getting feedback from the outside in too. That's good.
Take feedback from
That's
anybody
good.
we get feedback from. It's
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I ran into Juan Mack, who is one of our facilitators for our user groups. He's here at Automation Nation, and he actually made a really good point that he's like, listen, you got to start at the basics, and this is what ConnectWise is doing, bringing back Automation Nation and then building on that, improving on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I would love to be able to come back and bring different people from my company to the next iterations of Automation Nation through the year, because we're going to have these. But on a quarterly basis,
We're going to be doing multiple IT or multiple automation nations throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
So I know we're looking at doing the next one sometime around Secure. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Right around that time frame.
So it'll be awesome. This isn't going to be a one and done thing. This is going to be a thing that we continue to do. We continue to iterate on and make even cooler. So like I agree with you. I think the starting with kind of that entry level, hey, here's how all of this stuff works. Here's why it's important to use, and here's how you use it is really that first great step. I'm super excited to see what happens as we continue to expand that and things that our partners are able to do with tools like the workflow engine. So I know, like we're doing build your own workflow triggers lab, right?
Yeah. So what we announced today or this week at Automation Nation was the ability to taking our workflow engine, which released with about 30 integrations and a couple hundred actions and triggers to get it out the door and start getting feedback. One of the feedbacks was, hey, that's great, but I need this to go across my entire tech stack, hundreds of products potentially and everything else. And so one of the big ask was to unblock, and the demos are around what we call custom actions, where anybody can go in and set up the authorization, authentication into any product that they have access to, pull the APIs in, and then say, all right, for this endpoint is a post, and then they can start set up the parameters. So they can create these little custom action, like little Lego pieces. So when they go back in the workflow, they can drag those actions in and set them all up for their teams. And we basically unblock. If the product has an API, you can build a workflow around it today. So it's really exciting to see what people have done.
Yeah.
Even our own engineering team, Pablo on Sidekick has already built his own custom actions to put Sidekick inside of workflow now. So I haven't seen the demo yet, but I know he's already set that up, and he was talking to me about it this morning. So it's good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like how cool is that? You don't have to wait for us to build the integration anymore to the workflows. You can do it yourself. Great time.
Yeah.
All right. So Vicki, I know you actually hosted a fireside chat at Automation Nation, didn't you?
I did. And there's another one today at 4:30, and it's with Erwin Visser, who is the general manager for the Microsoft CSP program. I almost called it the ConnectWise CSP program. But yes, he's awesome. He actually lives in Tampa Bay as well. He just moved here, and so he's right in our backyard. And we were talking a lot about all of the great things, all the great integrations that we've built together with Microsoft across a lot of the solutions that you guys just mentioned, actually, and how there's just so much more to come from this partnership. And I know there's a lot of exciting things that we're really kind of drumming up excitement for, which is there's a Redmond event, which is the home of the headquarters of Microsoft, Redmond, Washington. Next month, I think it's March 19th, they're having an MSP summit. And so we're helping to drive registration to that event. I believe we have a registration link if you're interested in learning more about that event. But there's just so many great things to look forward to this year and what we're doing with Microsoft. And I think having Microsoft come and actually speak at our event, on our home turf, it means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really means a lot. So
it's just a great collaboration. I mean, Microsoft's intent of trying to drive success of MSPs and SMBs is very much aligned to what we do here at ConnectWise. So it's a nice marriage of being able to take some complementary solutions and markets and strategies downstream into the MSPs and help them be more successful. So it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can make it out. We'll see if we can get Redmond around March, going into April is a great time to be out there. So
there's no snow,
well, there's always.
I don't know. I'm in native Floridian, so you tell me. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, you'll do okay. Yeah,
Okay.
It's a nice time. It's starting to getting out to Washington that time of year is pretty nice.
Yeah. So revenue kickoff, RKO. We have 300 colleagues that flew in from literally every part of the globe. It feels like
we have colleagues from
Australia,
APAC. We have colleagues from EMEA, Philippines, like
India.
I've seen colleagues from all over the world this week, and it's been awesome to connect with a lot of them. So,
What's been your big takeaway from revenue kickoff?
There's a lot of excitement around AI, around hyperautomation, and it's not just from our partners. I mean, we're hearing from them at Automation Nation. We're also hearing this from our teams internally because they love what it can do for everybody, not just for what it can do for our partners, but how they can make their own lives more efficient utilizing automation. And it's really cool to be able to see the gears turning, be able to see the light bulbs going off. So I've had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, kind of breaking it down to a level where everybody can understand it. And that's, I think, really where we've got to make sure that we're doing. Yeah. Because not everyone understands what makes up hyperautomation these days.
That's okay. Yeah. And yeah. That's why the more that you can learn about this stuff and get your hands on it, the better. What about you, Jeff? What was your
cultural moments? Being able to spend time with colleagues, people you don't see every day, or you see them in a Teams or a Zoom session, but you don't get to face to face, say hello, have a drink or dinner or whatever else with them and collaborate. And probably the funniest thing I saw the whole time was our MC getting a phone call. Gets a phone call from a gentleman doing a sales pitch for some software for sales teams. Yeah. And he took it live on the stage, put it up to the mic, let the guy do his pitch, doesn't tell him he's on stage in front of, hundreds and hundreds of people, plus, however many are online. Yeah. And the guy does his whole pitch. And at the end, he's like, and everybody's like, yes or no, thumbs up, thumbs down. Everybody's like, thumbs up. So the guy actually gets to pitch his software to us on Friday. Right? Yeah. So good for him. That was fun. That was fun to watch.
Oh man,
he did a good job pitching too, and he asked for the business. I mean, he did. He went through the sales. He went through the sales playbook, man. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's great, really cool. Unscripted moment. Really was.
I feel like there were a lot of those, and it was really fun. My favorite time at RKO is the partner panel. And I've been at ConnectWise for 9 years. And actually my first day at ConnectWise as an employee was during revenue kickoff. And so it's really cool to see the evolution and how things have changed. But the partner panel is always good. They always give great information. And the piece that I really liked was, as a business owner, any type of little effort that you could make outside of sending an email. I'm not looking at my emails. I'm getting 100 emails a day, right? But if you can give me a call or shoot me a text, or even just connecting on LinkedIn and just being aware and understanding what that business owner is going through, congratulating them if they win an award, whatever. It's those little moments like that that really make a difference in a partnership. And so.
I do love the panels. I always love getting that opportunity to kind of listen to the MSPs give us feedback in a very small environment.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Evolve and the peer groups. Being able to sit down with 5, 10, 15 MSPs and go, all right, so what's next? What do you think we should do? Mm-hmm. The one takeaway though I got there was, you said 100 emails a day. I think we need to copy her in on some more work or something.
Clearly.
That's not at least 150 a day. I think we need to.
I'm slacking. Maybe my spam filters aren't working very well.
She's got the afternoon off. If that's what it is.
Look, you need up those emails, Vicky.
Can you
get more and more of them?
Okay, well, can you use hyperautomation to help me with that? No, I'm just
kidding. I will sign you up for every mailing list we can.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
So speaking of Evolve, let's roll into Evolve. So
Yeah.
what was your big takeaway? Did you go to the Evolve?
I did make it over.
Okay, cool.
Everybody thinks Tampa and St. Peter are like right beside each other.
Right. No.
People keep everybody's like, oh, you're gonna make it over, right? It's only like 20 minutes. It's like it's only 20 minutes if like everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect conditions on everything. That's at least a 45 minutes to an hour drive over. But we did. A bunch of us made trips over on Monday and then on Tuesday, and then maybe try to make a little bit more time tomorrow if we can do it, just to see the next group of people that made it in the second half of the week. But I got an opportunity to sit down with a group and talk about ASIO, get their feedback on good, bad, and different. What does it mean to them? Do they understand the value add of what being on a singular platform is? We talked about point products and how you spend so much time integrating all of them together and maintaining them and training and all 40 great products. These could be best of breed products, but you're interconnecting them all day long and spend so much time with that. And that's where ConnectWise was, and for some stuff still is, but our direction forward is more towards a platform where we can integrate everything together, whether using a common data layer, a common automation layer, centralized services, so that we as a company can innovate faster. But it's also just so much easier for our partners to onboard into those products, turn on net new services, and then comparing and contrasting like that type of a platform with, keeping the point products connected on the background and maybe putting a wrapper around it with some sort of a UI. Right? It's still all the different products and disparate products in the background, but then putting a UI. So we looked at, ConnectWise in 2018, looked at all three options. We decided to go this way. We see MSPs growing. We see all the net new lines of business that even SMB or MSPs of all sizes are adding, and that sort of a platform approach seemed to be the most advantageous for us and the community. So we got to talk about that, and I got tons of great feedback. I even got a bunch of side emails over after the fact and yesterday of different other ideas that people have. So it was good.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. What about you? Where did you? I mean, I know you've been Automation Nation and Revenue Kickoff.
I've been running around downtown Tampa all week between Revenue Kickoff and Automation Nation.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I haven't gone to Evolve, but I did hear that we had Microsoft that was there at the event. I know there are a lot of amazing vendors that are part of our ecosystem that were there participating in the Evolve events as well. Yeah. But one of the things that came into the conversation every time that AI was introduced was cybersecurity. How do I make sure that this is secure for my business? And so it's really interesting to see kind of that natural conversation that happens in the peer groups and just these really in-depth discussions about, okay, AI, but tell me, what can we do to make sure that we're keeping our businesses safe, that when we're rolling this out to our clients, we're keeping our clients safe?
Yeah.
But we talk about cybersecurity, but I just want to make sure everybody understands how impactful something like Evolve and the peer groups are.
Yeah.
Everybody catches me at a lot of the different events, and they always say, Jeff, which product should I start at with ConnectWise?
Yes.
And I always tell them Evolve. And
they're
usually they're usually a little thrown off. They're like, wait a minute, you're the software guy, right? Don't you build a bunch of the products? And I'm like, well, smart guys build the products, but I'm involved in it. I say, but you got to get the foundation of your business together, and that's what Evolve does.
Mm-hmm.
It puts you directly in connection with peers that will hold you accountable. That's the foundation, and then from there, start talking about your tech stack and hopefully a platform that you're building everything off of. But yes, cybersecurity comes up in just about every one of those conversations.
You know what I just learned yesterday from Peter Kujawa is that service leadership is included in the bundling of your Evolve membership. If you're in the peer groups, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That's where they get all the benchmarking and all the data of like, here's what best in class looks like, and here's where you're at. Here's the things that we'd recommend you do to up the game.
And it integrates into ASIO. It's almost like every road leads back to ASIO. It's almost like it.
Every road does lead back to ASIO.
Rome. Right. I think I've seen that Rome analogy thrown out there a few times, but
love it.
It unlocks a lot of advantages and capabilities for everything. When you it's just centralizing everything into one really meaningful spot with a nice, clean user experience.
Love it.
Perfect.
So I know, we were speaking about the security. IT Nation Secure registration opens today.
Yeah,
All
get that
right.
early bird pricing.
Yep. Get that early bird pricing. Secure is open. And again, keep an eye out for more information coming on our next iteration of Automation Nation, because it's going to be even better.
Oh man, you talk about secure. So I know that Jason McGee, was challenging the cybersecurity team. They were up there talking about some of the new things they were working on. They were showing some of the Figma mock-ups, and he just and they were like, "Well, soon we get it done." And he was just like, "Yeah, secure. We'll get it." So hopefully, he definitely was challenging the team to see how quickly they can move on some of these great new ideas they've got. And man, some of the mock-ups I saw were just amazing.
Ooh, they were fire.
Yeah.
I can't wait for all
As
of
the
the
kids
rest
say.
of you to see
Fire.
Yeah, they're going to be fire. Yeah,
Oh.
in a good way.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, listen, this has been so great to have you part of our Friday field report / throwback Thursday live stream.
Thursday.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
So will you come back and join us again sometime?
Anytime we can do it, and then you can teach me other, fire or some word that I can use to. My son doesn't make fun of me in my text messages to him.
I mean, your son is definitely the coolest man on campus with those 2 cord boots. I think that's what I learned today.
All right, sounds good.
Love it. All right, everybody. Well,
we'll see you next time.
Yeah, next time, February 23rd for our next Friday field report. Have a great one, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.